In 1966, the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, was gripped by a series of bizarre and terrifying encounters. Witnesses reported sightings of a large winged creature with glowing red eyes, which came to be known as the Mothman. But there was another figure associated with the Mothman sightings, a mysterious man known as Indrid Cold, who communicated telepathically and exhibited strange, almost inhuman characteristics. In this video, we'll delve into the strange and unsettling accounts of Indrid Cold and the Mothman, and explore the theories surrounding their existence. Welcome to another episode of Monster Shorts. Today we are going to explore the bizarre encounters of the mysterious entity known as Indrid Cold. Indrid Cold and the Mothman. These two figures have captured the imaginations of people for decades, and continue to generate interest and speculation to this day. While there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of these entities, many people believe that they may be connected to extraterrestrial or interdimensional phenomena, or perhaps even to government experiments or conspiracies. Let's take a closer look at the encounters and the witnesses' accounts. There were several reported encounters with Indrid Cold in Point Pleasant, West Virginia during the mid-1960s. One of the most well-known accounts involves a man named Woodrow Derenberger, who claimed to have encountered Indrid Cold on November 2, 1966. According to Derenberger's account, he was driving home from work when a strange object appeared in the sky and began following his vehicle. The object then landed on the road in front of him, and a man exited the craft and approached Derenberger's car. The man, who would later be identified as Indrid Cold, communicated with Derenberger telepathically, introducing himself and explaining that he was from the planet Lanulos. Cold reportedly told Derenberger that he meant him no harm and that he simply wanted to speak with him. Over the course of the encounter, which lasted for several minutes, Cold reportedly shared information about his home planet and discussed various topics with Derenberger. After the encounter, Derenberger reported the incident to the local authorities, and the story was soon picked up by the media.
I was driving my truck on the highway when I saw a strange object in the sky. It was like a bright light, and it seemed to be following me. The light landed on the road in front of me, and I saw a man get out of it. He was wearing a shiny metallic suit and had a strange, almost inhuman appearance. The man walked up to my truck and introduced himself as Indrid Cold. He spoke to me telepathically and told me that he was from the planet Lanulos. He said that he was visiting Earth and that he wanted to speak to someone who could communicate his message to the world. He told me about his planet and his people, and he shared information about their technology and way of life. He also warned me about a coming disaster that would affect the Earth. After the encounter, I went to the police to report what had happened. They were skeptical, but I knew what I had experienced.
Woodrow Derenberger's account is one of the most well-known and detailed encounters with Indrid Cold. Despite skepticism from some, Derenberger maintained that his encounters with Cold were genuine and that he had no reason to make up the stories. According to Linda Scarberry, she and her friends saw a big gray thing with big red eyes that seemed to glow in the dark. Soon after, they saw a man with weird eyes and a metallic green suit walking towards them. This man, who introduced himself as Indrid Cold, communicated with them telepathically and claimed to be from another planet.
We were driving out by the TNT area, just having a good time, when all of a sudden we saw this big, gray thing. It was shaped like a man, but bigger, maybe 6.5 or 7 feet tall. It had these big wings folded against its back, and it had red eyes, big red eyes that seemed to glow in the dark. We were all pretty scared, but we couldn't look away. It was like we were hypnotized or something. And then, all of a sudden, it spread its wings and took off, straight up into the air. We watched it until it was just a tiny dot in the sky. And then, a few minutes later, we saw another figure in the distance. It was a man, we could tell that much, but he was wearing a metallic green suit and a black tie. He walked towards us, and we could see that his skin was tan, almost like he'd been out in the sun too long. And he had these big weird eyes too, like the thing we'd just seen. He started talking to us, but he wasn't using his mouth. It was like his voice was in our heads, you know? And he was friendly, I guess. He told us his name was Indrid Cold, and that he was from another planet. He talked to us for a little while, and then he just sort of disappeared, like he was never there in the first place. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced, but I know what I saw. And I know there are other people out there who saw it too.
Other witnesses reported similar encounters with Indrid Cold during this time period. Some reported seeing him in the company of the Mothman, while others reported seeing him alone. In each case, witnesses reported that Cold communicated telepathically and exhibited a calm, friendly demeanor. Indrid Cold was reported to have a soft, soothing voice. Witnesses also reported that he had an unusual, almost inhuman appearance, with a thin, unsettling smile and elongated almond-shaped eyes. In addition to his physical appearance and telepathic abilities, some witnesses reported that Indrid Cold exhibited other unusual characteristics. For example, he was said to have the ability to levitate off the ground, and in some cases, he appeared and disappeared abruptly. The encounters with Indrid Cold occurred primarily in Point Pleasant, West Virginia in the late 1960s. During this time, numerous people reported sightings of the Mothman, with some witnesses reporting encounters with Indrid Cold at the same time. Whatever the explanation may be, the accounts of Indrid Cold continue to fascinate and intrigue people to this day. While we may never know the full truth about these mysterious figures, the stories of their encounters serve as a reminder that the world is full of mysteries and unexplained phenomena that are waiting to be uncovered. Thank you for watching this video on Indrid Cold. If you have any information or experiences related to these entities, please share them in the comments below. Thank you for watching this episode of Monster Shorts. Like and subscribe for more scary content.